Hello, my crafty friends. Welcome, welcome. If you're watching the replay, thank you. I'm glad you're here. And I'm still waiting for people to come in to my live stream. I'm gonna show a couple of things, and then we'll also build a book because I like to make books, and I need a new everything book. So we're gonna build one. But I'm gonna talk my way through choosing a cover for it. Excuse me just a second. Oh, goodness, sorry. Um, Started sneezing. Couldn't stop. Hi, Brittany. It's good to see you. Oh, I got a piece of Happy Mail to show in a little bit when Mina gets here. If she doesn't come in soon, I'll go ahead and show it. But anyway, hi, Melody. I'm glad you're here. Um, oh goodness. I hope y'all are having a good day and that the weather's good. It's really nice here, except for the wind, but I'm used to the wind, so that's just the way it is. Oh, hi, Janet. I'm glad you're here. Excuse me. I think I better get a cough drop. So hopefully y'all won't have to listen to me so much. Oh, it's been drizzling. I wish it was drizzling here. Brittany says, my allergies have been bad lately. I started taking a daily allergy pill, but not sure it's working. The weather here was really nice last week, but will be cold again this week. That's kind of the way it is here, Brittany. Back and forth, back and forth. Nice and cool where Janet is. Well, it's pretty nice here. I'm used to the wind, so it's got to get, windier than it is today for it to bother me. Hello, Kellyanne. It's good to see you. One of the main thing I want to do today is build me a new everything book. I filled mine up, my last one up, and put it away. And I got to looking this morning because I have some journals made that I haven't done anything in. And I've been trying to find them, and these were the only two I could find. Um, that one I've got the insides of the book in it, and it's got fun paper in it. It's a nice journal. I like it, and I've made room for it to expand. Of course, it'll probably expand a lot more than that, um, but it's not big enough for an everything book. It's just not. The weather Friday to today is like a 40-degree drop. Oh goodness. Well, yesterday our high was 16. Today it's going to be 80, 86, I think they said. Okay. I had a note go, and I really need that note. I think I'll just write it again because I can't get down there to get to it. Anyway, this one also is a cute journal, and I really like it, but it's small, so it won't work as an everything book. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these two journals. I may end up selling them. If you're interested, email me and we can talk about it. Um, since I haven't made a plan to do something with them, I would be willing to sell them if somebody wants them. Well, let me just show you the some of the papers in them. I could do it later when there's more people here, but I've got, all kinds of, I've got some eco dyed papers that Tanya did that she sent to me. I've got this part of a bag. And then I've also got some of my avocado dyed papers in here, as well as some coffee dyed papers. And these were tea dyed with various kinds of tea. Anyway, that's that one. That's true. I could. Hi, Linda. Hi, Nashua. I'm glad y'all are here. This one has kind of some of the same kinds of papers in it. That's a little bit different. It's got, this is the butterfly pea tea. And then it has the, that. It's also got a thing in the back. So, and some of these are, were wadded up papers. So anyway, like I said, if someone's interested, my email is in the description box, and you can let me know if you're interested in buying one of them. If you are, I will probably sell them, but if not, I'll do something with them myself later. They could be a good mini everything book. But right now I'm thinking about, and that's probably because I've got this card, and I'm thinking, well, I need a book that I've put cards in, and you can see that neither one of those books are going to hold a card. So anyway, I'm going to show this in a little while. We'll see if Mina comes in. This is that black bat that I spun when Beth and I were spinning, a week ago, I guess. I finally got it plied, and there's a video coming out when I show you how to ply from a center pull ball. And I haven't washed it yet. I wanted to show you first, and then I will wash it. It is, so what's 134 yards. Well, no, there are 134 wraps. And oh, hi, Lisa, sweetie. So good to see you. That's okay if you don't chat. We're just glad you're here. We're glad you feel like being with us. We love you. We're still praying for you. Anyway, this is like 80 inches around. So it's bigger than a 2-yard skein. And there's 130 something wraps. So it would make probably a hat, but you couldn't make something real big with it. But I think it's really pretty. I think it turned out really good. So I've got that there. The other thing I wanted to show y'all, and we may play with this some today, is I got, I went and bought some when they had at the store, their Easter stuff was 90% off. And these were like $2.50 and $3.50 a box. These different kinds of boxes of Easter egg dye. And so I bought some of them so that I could dye some wool. I watched Jillian Eve. I don't know if any of you have watched her. She's a fiber girl. I watched her use these to dye wool, and it looked like so much fun. I decided, I knew you could do that. I just had never used them the way she used them. And so I got those, but I had all this other stuff in there too that I thought might be fun to play with. Barbara says she was daydreaming in the shower. Oh, that sounds nice, Barbara. Go back. I would love to be daydreaming in the shower, just relaxing. That sounds good. Anyway, there's all this stuff that was in them. There were several different kinds, which is why I have them in different bags. These are supposed to be neon colors. And these are two different ones. This one is supposed to make these colors, and these make those colors. And then this one is iridescent, it says. And I think these little tablets here are iridescent. Anyway, I got 2 boxes of these because there were 9 color tablets in each one, and the rest of them just had 6 or 4. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of those little things, but we'll figure out something to do with them. Brittany says the neon works great. She used it on paper. Well, cool. Well, I may use some on paper too, but I definitely am going to do some wool with it. But in there, in those neon ones, they had these, this that you could put around your eggs if you wanted to. And I don't know what I'll do with that, but I kept it. And there's, I like I said, I got 2 batches of those. And then there were these stickers. So those could be fun to use. I also kept the instructions because there was glitter in there too. Anyway, I kept the instructions for this because I wasn't sure how to use it. And where's the other glitter? Oh, here it is. There it is. I found it. Oh, thank you, Janet. Okay. Anyway, so those can be used, like on little bitty journal pages or something. I don't know. So I kept them. I didn't throw them away. And there were these 2 pieces of, well, it's felt, but it's probably acrylic felt. Anyway, I think these were in one of these that for you to shine the eggs with it. Because it had you putting on some kind of oil. I threw the oil away, but there's also these little things, but I just thought they're kind of marbledy, so I kept them because they're 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 paper. We can't throw them away. And here's some more. I thought those could be used in collage or something. If I don't use them after a while, I will probably go ahead and throw them away. But this I found really interesting, and this was in the iridescent package. They had these stickers, and you can see, maybe you can see that they're stickers. And then they had this iridescent foil stuff. And what you do is you take the sticker off of here and you leave this paper on top and you stick it down to whatever you want. You're putting it on your egg. And then you take the top piece of paper off and put this foil on it, and you've got a foil sticker. Anyway, I thought that was fun. That would be fun to play with. So I got more than the color for my 28 cents per box. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know if you've got interest in dyeing paper or anything else with Easter egg dyes, you could, if you get the iridescent package, you can get some more fun stuff too, as well as the dye. Okay. So I just grabbed a few things that I thought might work for an everything book. These 3 things, well, this is papers I'm going to put in it, so let's set that aside. But these 2 are really skinny, so if I used either one of these, I would have to take the binding off and rebind them. But they're covers that I had available. I've already taken the papers out of them. And then I got this one who, it's basically, it's basically falling apart. Let's just go ahead and you can see. I'll save that little piece. We always want these for fun stuff. But this one, the back on it is so bad, it would have to be redone anyway. And I really like that. So I'll probably use it like on a page or something. So that would make a cute everything book, I think. This book has some really pretty pictures. It's also got pretty big words, and then there's room in, in between the words so that you could cut them out. Anyway, there aren't very many pictures in here. Hannah really loves these header type pictures. It is a really cool book. It was falling apart. So anyway, oops. Oh, there's another picture. Um anyway, I don't know anything about these tales, and there was no date on this book, which probably means it's old enough that it could be, you know, in the public domain, but I don't know that for sure, so we're just going to use the originals and not make copies or anything like that. But then I've got this book, and it's got a really nice spine, and it's covered in leather. It's so this book would make a really good everything book. But I would have to, take it apart. Hi, Anne. I'm glad you're here. This is a really old encyclopedia. I think it's the first one I've got that came from England, and it was the only volume they had at that estate sale was this one. And I don't know if that's because I got there. I got there on the day where you get everything half price. So the others may have been there earlier and people took some, but this one was still the only one that was there at the time. But it just says it was printed in London by the Amalgamated Press. It doesn't have a date on it anywhere. But it's got really nice paper in it. I really love the stories behind the operas. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, there are pictures, and this is just nice paper. So I would definitely, keep the insides if I use this for my cover. The one thing, if I use this for my cover, I can decorate it and everything. If I use any of these, probably I'll just leave the cover to be what it is and just put a spine on it and decorate the spine. So I've got, to be honest, this one makes me the least excited to use it. Well, it was really messed up. But because that's, of course I could cover that up too. I could go ahead and decorate the cover of this one if I used it. But these two I kind of like. Well, that somebody drew on it. So that's, we could go ahead and fill that in and then use it like this. So I just want your opinion. If you were going to make a book, which one of these would you use? 1, 2, 3, or 4? 1, 2, 3, or 4? I'll just sit here a minute and let some people tell me what they think. Janet says number 4. Anne likes number 4 too. Barbara would use number 3. Lisa would use 3. Linda would use 4. Sue would use 1 or 4. Brittany says 3 or 4. So there's 3 3s and 4 4s, 5 4s, and 1 1. Sounds like number 4 is the is the most requested. Kellyanne just got her Team U-Haul and she didn't see any of them, so she can't pick. Here they are, 1, 2, 3, or 4, just to use the cover for my anything book. Yes, I like the thickness of it, and it could be an everything book real easy. This one would probably be the easiest one to use. Um, but putting a new back on them is not that difficult, but it is an extra step. So Kellyanne votes for 4 as well. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 people saying 4. And so we'll probably just do that. I can make my next everything book out of this after this one. I can do that because I'll still have it then. But since this one was the most voted, this is the one we're going to use. Yeah, where do I put this? Oh, nope, not there. They will fall down, and that's all I need is to have to deal with that. Okay. Which one do I really want? The truth is I like them all. And if I had a really, really clear preference, I wouldn't have asked you. I would have just told you what we were going to do. Okay, well, I'm just going to take that off. And we're going to go ahead and cut this off. I really like that, so we're not going to throw it away. We're going to keep it and use it. Okay. And luckily there's a little bit of space here, so I can do this without ruining, this if I'm really careful. So let's go ahead and okay, let's get rid of this mess. Hi, Mindy. Oh, look what I got. Look what I got in the mail. Oh, this is from Mina, and I always do that. I always get one name confused with the other name, but I'm not confused anymore. That was a momentary confusion. Anyway, I will show all of you this in a little bit. If Mina doesn't come in, then I'll show you anyway. So don't have to worry that you're not gonna get to see. I do think I always know better. I just don't think better. Okay. I really like that. I like the font and everything. So we're going to keep that. But I do need to find a let's just glue that down. I'm glad you're here, Mindy. Okay, let's find Okay. I do need a piece of something for a spine. And I wanted to try, this might be a good time to do that. I wanted to try a fabric spine and put the fabric all the way across. Well, this doesn't look nice enough to do that though. But it might if I put some. Yeah, I think I want to do it just because I've never done it this way before. So I've got some. Let's see if I can find it. Some black tape. If I can find it. Okay, nope. I'm going to make an avalanche here. Or two or three. Okay. We're going to wait on that. Let me see if I put it somewhere else because I didn't see it where I was looking. Okay. Well, I have a different kind of black tape I'm going to go in the house and get that's kind of fabricy. That's what I'm wanting to use. So I'm going to go do that real quick. Hi, Sue. She's going to go up to the balcony. All right. Glad you're here. Hope you get some work done. Okay. I will be right back. I'm going to go get that black tape. Okay. I think this is the same black I used on my other everything book. I'm not positive. It's by X Fasten, and I don't think it's literally. I think it's gaffer tape. I don't think it's bookbinding tape, but it works. Um, okay, we're gonna start. I'm just gonna use this to clean up these edges. Um, okay, hopefully I didn't mess that up. Let's take this and kind of roll it. I think that'll make it more even. Okay, that's sticking out. I don't want it to stick out. Dana. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Okay, that looks nice though. I'm good with that. We're gonna do the same thing to the back, and hopefully somewhat similar um, amount covered up. That's a little more, but not bad. And it's crooked. Oh no. Oh. This time I'm going to cut it angled in a little bit. After that, I figured out that that last one didn't work so great. Okay. And then we're going to fold this in. Dana's going to do journaling by fives Wednesday at 4:30 Eastern. If you haven't played before, you need to watch her and play along, even if you have played before. Okay. Now then, I need to find fabric. See, that was not such a great plan because I did not get fabric out already, but I'm kind of doing this at the last minute. I mean, I didn't pre-plan this. Let me see what kind of fabric things I can find out here. That's possible. Oh no, I need a bigger piece. That one. I want a heavier piece of fabric. That's heavy. That's okay. But I want it to be a heavier piece of fabric. Something like, oh, that would work good, but it wouldn't go all the way here. So I need to decide how important going all the way to the end is to me before I decide to use that one. I don't think that's tall enough. Nope. Well, I could do it this way. No. I have quite a bit of upholstery fabric in the house, but I didn't think to go look for it, so that's possible. I've got this that I could use the denim, and then that pocket could just go inside. But I'd really like something that goes better with the cover. Let's see what else I've got in this bag. It's just a bag of stuff. Gonna do 10 pages. All right. Okay. All right, let's look. I've got these things. Let's see what'll look good with the cover. Well, we're going to do it this way because I want to look at it right. Now, this would actually fit. Well, not completely. So any of them except this down here, I probably would have to adjust. So let's just look at how it looks as a spine. That actually doesn't look bad. So that's good to think about. Here's this. Let's see if that's barely long enough. And then we've got this. No, I don't like that. I can say that already. I don't like this blue either. Okay, that takes care of that. Somehow this, even though it's pretty and it color wise, I think it goes great. Of course, it does kind of feminize the book a little bit. This one is I don't know if you can even see what the pattern is on it, but it's leaves. And I do like that too. And I like this tree right here. Well, or yeah. So that would work. This would work, but it wouldn't go all the way to the ends. This one doesn't quite go all the way to the ends either. And that's my main hesitation for using this. I've got this looks really pink next to it. I didn't really, when you're just pulling stuff out, you don't think about that. And I don't like it because of that. So, and these all are pretty, they're pretty pinky too. So they're more orangey. But anyway, they don't go with this. So I was hoping that canvas would work. We could use this canvas, but we would have to try to color it some. That's true. It would be, Barbara. So we could use whatever we want on the spine and then put something else inside. I didn't think about that. Um, I didn't think about that. Because this would be like this on the inside. I think that goes really well. I think it does. And then I got to decide how thick a spine do I want it to be. But I don't think I need. I wonder. See, there's different parts of it, and this is lighter, and so is this because they have that. You can see the tree through them. I think I like this one because the tree's straighter. And I could just cut it off about here and save the rest of this fabric for something else. So let's do that. I don't know if this will tear. Oh, it does. Okay. Yay, that was easy. Okay, this is kind of, on the underside, it feels like flannel. Anyway, and now I need to see, do I need to cut it off some? I'm going to do that on both sides. Hope I didn't take off too much. Okay. Let's see if it'll still fit. It'll be all right. The last time I did it was February 2021, and Lisa may have instigated it on a fourth Sunday hop. I'm not sure. I did mine over several days. It's a whole little traveler's notebook. Very cool, Barbara. Okay. Now I'm trying to decide how big do I want it to be. I think that's plenty big. Okay. Let's see what it would be if I just covered up the black. Okay. I'm going to put glue here and then put it down on there. I'm not going to quite go all the way out here because I think I want it wide enough that that would be a little too much. Okay. Let's. I wasn't thinking about. Let's straighten this out on the line. I think we're going to go in a little bit more than that. Okay. We'll put some more fabric inside to cover that up. Thank you, Janet. Thumbs up are always appreciated. All right, we're going to let this sit. Okay. And we want this one. I want to line it up right here so that I've got a 2-inch spine. I think that's pretty good. Don't y'all think that's good enough? Ooh, I could have done it a little further on that other side, couldn't I? Well, thank you, Janet. I love to make them. Line it up. Make sure that's not liquidy there so we don't mess something up. Okay. Obviously, this isn't really straight. But what matters is that it's straight here and that it's the same amount of space, top and bottom. That's what really matters. Okay, so here's this. And now we need some kind of something inside to cover this whole thing without knocking stuff off on the floor. Okay, so what could we put inside? Okay, let me find something. Where is my... No. Okay, here we go. Okay, we can put this inside. Boy, it's almost even the right length. It's a shame it's not. Let's see how it is this direction. Not quite long enough, so we're going to have to go this way. So, do we want to have it stick out a little bit? Like that? Just this little bit? I think that would be fun. What do y'all think? Colleen. I'm like rolling through to get the right name. I'm glad you're here, Colleen. Now on the bottom, we won't make it stick out because on the bottom it is it's going to be on a thing, so okay, we're going to just tear it right there. Now, I should iron this. I really should iron this if I'm going to get it but I think what I'm going to do is use a glue stick, and I'm just going to start here and work my way across. Now in the middle here, well, I think that'll still be fine. I don't know if I'll use the glue stick there or not, but it'll be a minute before we get to there anyway, so. We're going to I didn't make it quite long enough. Shoot. Well, if I don't stick it out a bunch on the top, just barely, it'll be fine. I just need it to come here. It doesn't have to go all the way down. So let's just see what it'll do because it's hard to know. Now I love when I'm using fabric to paper. I really like this Scotch Create glue stick. My favorite all time for most things glue stick is the Elmer's Extreme, but this is my next favorite, and it is my favorite for adding cloth. Um, well, okay. No, I need this like that, just like I had it, Lisa. It's going up a little bit more here. Okay. So it once it's flattened out, it gets bigger. So it did work all the way to the bottom pretty much. Get that little fringy edge out. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna add more glue. It's looking pretty good, isn't it? Okay. One reason I want this fabric spine is because it helps your book lay flatter when you're trying to work in it than a stiff spine does. So if you're wondering why would I do this, that's why. Plus, I just think it'd be cool. Okay, this is gonna stick out a little more on the back than the front, but that's okay. I think it turned out pretty good considering considering. Let's, okay. Y'all still here? Everybody eating lunch instead of chatting? Just working. Okay, Brittany. Janet's still here. Okay. I'm going to trim this stuff off. Because those little furry things were sticking out when nothing else was. So there we go. Okay, I'm really happy with that. I think that worked out good. Anne is working on her 100-day collage journal. Very cool. Linda's working on, oh, sorry, Linda. Sorry, Linda. Sue's still here. Yay. I'm glad you're all here. Okay. Now then, this needs to dry. And one good reason for making your cover first, besides knowing how wide it is, so you can decide how many pages to put in it, is so that it can dry while you're making pages. So, now I'm probably going to sew these into another piece of fabric. And then glue it down here instead of sewing them in to this. Oh, sorry. Hold on. Be right back. Okay, sorry. That was Hannah. She needed to talk to me for a second. She doesn't talk very long now that she's at work. Mindy's still here too because she needs to be working instead of talking. Okay. Anyway, we'll get to that later. I'm going to let this sit aside and dry. And we're going to work on some pages. And I like 3 or 5 signatures. And I'm going to tell you the reason. Because when you're figuring out where to put your signatures, if you do 3 or 5 signatures, you can put one right smack in the middle and then put them on the sides. Does that make sense? Whereas if you do 4 or 2, you have to put them on each side of center and figure it. It's just easier to do 3 or 5. We're going to do 3 because five's a lot. And we may not need everything. I'm going to use this map for some of it just because it's fun to use a map. I didn't realize how bright this is though. Yep, Janet agrees. Odd is easier. I'm not sure I want that bright. These are my other papers. I've got these and these and these. I guess the bright papers would look okay with these. I don't know. What do y'all think? Should I get some and I may do some decorating of these before we put it in there. Should I get something that looks older than this? This is not new by any means, but I don't know how old it is. But it's got Smokey Bear on there, so it can't be too new. Give it a gesso wash. That's true. coffee spray on it. That would tone it down. Okay. Okay. There's the top. Where's the bottom? Way down here. Okay. One reason I thought I could use the map easily is because it's got, seams in it that will tear easy because they've been gone back and forth, back and forth. Whoops, not now. That just has to prove me wrong here. So if you get too eager with it, you can mess it up. That's okay. Let's see. There's one piece. There's a piece. There's a piece. There's a piece. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a sick brother-in-law, so distracted. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's not fun to have sick anybody. Okay, there's another page, single page. Where did I put that other one? Ah, I lost it. Okay, there's one. Go ahead and take that off. Okay. Maps don't usually worry me being sideways the way that book pages do. I don't know why that bugs me so much, but it doesn't bug me when I see it in other people's journals, but when I'm building a journal, it bothers me. Even when I'm actually working in the journal, it probably doesn't really bother me. But when I'm building the journal, it bothers me. Okay, that one's not as exciting, so. I think I want ones with has map on both sides. Okay, that one might work. Let's put these aside for now. We've got, oh, there's that other piece. Okay. I just want 2 for each signature, and we may go back to 1 for each signature. I don't know. Okay. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. 6. Okay. Put those up for something else. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I just thought of something. I need to measure the biggest my pages can be, and they can actually be bigger than this. So I don't have to worry about cutting these. So that's good. But let's go ahead and measure how big they can be. Okay, so 6.5 by 9, or actually 6.5 by 8.5, let's say, is probably good. Okay, so this actually works pretty well. We'll use these as our guide to not make them bigger than that. Okay. So let's do 2 of these pages in each signature. These are not completely flat, so you have to work with them a little bit to make sure you, not that it really matters because they're not going to be next to each other anyway, probably. But okay, let's see. I think I want that over here because I want some different looks. All right, we're just going to do this one. Okay, so we've got 2 of those, 2 of those. And let's do a couple of these. Let's see how these fit. Okay, they're smaller than the map, so that makes it easy. Well, it's the same. I don't know if y'all can see a little bit of the coppery, glittery stuff on some of those. That's kind of fun. All right. Now these we will have to we'll have to trim. Or we could make a pocket. We could do that. Let's do that. Okay. Let's do that. Let's see here. Okay. So these we'll do this and make pockets. Let's see. Whew, excuse me, just a second. Oh, sorry. Just sneezing away today. Okay. Well. Thank you, Janet. We're going to not worry about making them all exactly the same. Because they're going to be each in a different signature. Okay, there's that. So right now we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 pages per signature. Now, one thing I want to see is if we fold this in half, how different is it from this? Okay, so they need to be shortened, but they're good width-wise. They're just a little bit too tall. Okay, that's good to know. So I'm going to make some of these, 2 of these for each one, I think. I heard black beans make a wonderful light purple dye. I want to give that a try. I have heard that too. The person I saw doing it was dyeing fabric. Well, I've seen somebody dye fabric that way. I've seen somebody dye wool that way. I will not dye wool that way because it ended up being a mess. Well, if you put your beans in some kind of bag, maybe you would not have a mess with the wool. But anyway, I won't be dyeing wool that way. Paper wouldn't be quite so problematic. Like a mesh bag, yeah. Or in some kind of big, like a cotton, I was thinking more like a cotton tea towel, those really thin cotton towels, um, because they are, they're fairly porous, but they would catch all the little skins that come off of the black beans. And if any beans come apart, okay. Anyway, I think it would be fun. Okay, I need to cut these a little bit. Let me find my paper cutter. Oh, there's the other map I thought about using. Okay. Get my glue out of the way. Now this is supposed to be able to do a bunch of pieces of paper at once. We're going to give it a test here and see if it really can. Oh, it doesn't work sitting down. it did do it. It just wasn't extremely happy about it, but it did it. Okay, now then, I do want to do something. Let's go ahead and I'm going to use, I think I'm actually going to do it like this. Oh, I was going to do something to these too. Yeah. Okay, so let's just not put anything together yet. While we try to figure out these two bright white bits. Okay, we'll put those 3 signatures up here out of the way. Now, the problem with this is that these are, they've been folded and refolded and refolded. So if I get it too wet, it might cause a problem for the spine of these. And let's get them all going the same direction so they'll be easier to. Well, that's what I was thinking, Janet. Anne, I think, had already suggested a gesso wash. And so I just want to make sure I've got all double pieces here. And I think that's a good, although I'm thinking about using something else besides gesso, because gesso, well, at least my gesso is white or black, and I don't want, if I wanted it white, I would go ahead and, leave it, but I don't want it white. So, so we may use something else besides gesso. And on these, we may just play with these and do some kind of distressing stuff on them. Okay. Some of these are not as long as the other ones. I need to make sure that the long ones, see, I don't know which ones I measured in the book, the short ones or the long ones. So we need to know that, because if I need to shorten them, I want to go ahead and do it while I'm thinking about it. Nope, they're fine. Okay. Add a drop or 2 of ink. That would work. I'm trying to think of the easiest way to do this. Oops. I could just kind of go over it. This is for stencils. I haven't used it yet. It's just been sitting around getting played with like this. Do you have any sprays? Yes, I do. Sprays would be good, actually. Some of those distress oxide sprays. That's a great idea, Anne. Let me get those and see what we can do with them. Okay. These are not all Distress Oxide sprays. It's just where I've got my sprays sitting. So put those up. So we've got Rusty Hinge. Ah, very cool, Barbara. I have done that in the past. Here's this one is Picket Fence, which is pretty white. So I probably won't use that because we're trying to get away from white. This one is Vintage Photo. That one's possible. I really want something maybe not quite that dark. I've got gray. This is Weathered Wood. It's kind of a bluish gray. I'm just going to show them to you, and this is Antique Linen. So it's not white, but it doesn't really have much color, just a little bit. And then this one is Tea Dye. I like Tea Dye. It's light. It's lighter than Rusty Hinge. I think that's, of course, we've got a lot of dark papers in there already, and that's good enough reason not to add another one. I've got Tumbled Glass. And I've got Chipped Sapphire. I think that's a little bit too strong. Got Forest Moss. I like that one really well. And then I've got Salvage Patina. That one's got a lot of color to it. Speckled Egg. Is that Tumbled Glass? Speckled Egg is lighter. We'll get that one out. And Walnut Stain is not that dark. So we have a lot of choices. Let's just choose one of, I'm going to choose one of these three. I know this one, maybe Antique Linen. Okay. We're going to choose one of these. Or maybe we could do more than one. But they all need to be shook up, so. Sounds like I'm playing Yahtzee. Okay. Now the Forest Moss is the only one that hasn't really shaken up yet. I think that one, the walnut, I think is a little dark for what I want to do too. Antique Linen or tea. Okay. I'm just trying to eliminate them one at a time. Okay, I like these three. So we'll use them probably 2 to a page. Now what I'm trying to decide is, do I want, let's lay them out flat. Do I want to use a stencil or not? So y'all tell me, do I want to use a stencil or not? Barbara says yes. Yes, she says, use a stencil. The map is already pretty busy. That's true. Yes, you can. Maybe we'll do some different ways. I think for the first one, I'm just going to spray it on and we'll see how we like it. We could do smack 'em, drag 'em too, couldn't we? Just spray it right here and drag it through. This one has a lot of green, so we're going to work with this forest moss and see how we like that. Okay, now, and I'm going to add, I think I'm going to add a little bit of this blue. Okay, that's kind of too much. So let's do this. Now we're getting it really wet. See, we said we didn't want to get it really wet, but we're getting it really wet. Okay, I think that looks pretty awesome. So we're just going to lay this one aside. If I can find a place to lay it. I didn't plan a place to lay these. And they're drippy. And they're drippy. Let's see if we can undrip them some. Okay, let's just go ahead and... Uh-oh. I changed the way that looked. Let's go ahead and wet that down again. Blot it with another map. Yeah, that would have worked too. It's soaking in now, so. Okay. Now it's not drippy anymore. And we can still see map, but it's grungier. So I like that. But because it doesn't have any stenciling or anything on it, it still just shows up pretty good. So. Okay, we'll put that one aside there. And okay, we're gonna spray some more down here and okay. Gets fingerprints all over it. But they kind of dry and go away. Yep, nice and grungy. It's just the way we like it. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone, even though it's got some white spots, because it's all right. go ahead and okay, I think that one's grungy enough. I'm gonna clean this up. We'll do some other color. We'll do some of the add some of the tie-dye and the blue. I mean the tea dye and the blue. Oh, there's some glue. Okay. Well, I got it. I got it all over me. Got it all over me. Okay. Um, okay. I'm going to do um, what Ann suggested, and I'm going to spray it on here and water it down, and then I'm going to use another one and put on top of it and see how that works. It might actually be better to let's use these two. It might be better to spray the water first. That's what I was thinking. Okay. Let's see if what this does to it. Okay. So that gives it a light coating. Just a light coating. I'm going to actually leave those together right now for a second. And we're going to no, we're going to do the now I'm getting all these inks mixed up on here now because of my hands. But we're going to call that good. And I'm just laying these kind of higgledy-piggledy on top of each other, hoping they won't stick together. Hoping they won't stick together. Let's see if I can get some of this off my hands. I should have put on gloves, but I don't like to wear gloves. I wore gloves for so many years working in the orthodontic office that I don't wear them as often as I probably should now. Okay, we've got one more to do of those. And then we need to let those dry. I'll have to try to find a place to lay them out better after I get this last one done. And then we'll use stencils and work with these. Okay. This time I'm just going to splatter them and leave it. Well, I did turn it over. That's okay. It didn't take away too much of the. Okay. Those are just going to turn out however they turn out because I don't have room to move them too much. My worry with leaving them stacked up like that is that, well, for one thing, it'll take them a long time to dry. But the main concern I have is, will they stick together? I don't know. I don't know if they will stick together or not. Okay. Let me see what I've got down here. I've got some coffee down here that has some copper paint in the bottom of the. Oh, I think it also has soap in it. See, it's making bubbles. Yeah, let's bubble these other ones. Okay, but I need something else to put my bubble stuff in because and I don't have a straw. Hmm. Okay, there's something I can put it in. Let me see if I can find a straw. I don't really want to have to go in the house to look for one. I used to keep some out here. Okay, well. Just a minute. I got too much stuff in that drawer and it won't shut now. Okay, let me look in the alcohol ink stuff and see if I have a straw up there that I might could use. No, I literally have no straws out here. That's not acceptable. Okay, I'm gonna run in the house real quick and get a straw. Sorry. I'll bring a few so we won't have to do this next time I need one. But well, let me look, make sure I don't have one up in here somewhere. Nope. Okay. Be right back. Okay, Janet says, I love adding metallic paint to my coffee. You taught me that one, Lisa. I like it too. Brittany says, I don't drink coffee much because I don't really like it, but if it's flavored with cream and sugar, I can handle it. Thursday was the last time, maybe ever, because I took a sip and had an ant in my mouth. Oh my goodness, Brittany, I'm so sorry. No. All right, I'm gonna put this in in a little bowl. I may need to add some more soap into it. All right, we're just gonna shut that. And I am gonna add a little bit more soap to it because I have a feeling I just poured um, my soapy coffee into the other coffee, and I don't think that's enough soap. So here's okay. This way, I just keep some soap out here so I don't have to go back in the house and get some when I want to do this. Alrighty. Always have a coffee spray bottle in the fridge. That's a good idea. Okay. Let's open this up. Okay. These look pretty cool, don't they? Nice thing about this is that these dry fairly quickly. Um, and then they have a fun pattern on them too. Okay. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. Problem is that this is not completely dry yet, so it's well, I'm just gonna set it there and we're just gonna go on and not worry about it. Okay. I think these make really cool papers. And I'm not going to fret over it. I'm just going to go ahead and put it right there because if it pops those bubbles, it's not a big deal. And sometimes they go through, and sometimes they look like they really go through, but then they lighten up after they dry, and they're not really as it doesn't really go through as much as you might think. These are just so much fun. You could just sit around and do this all day. When I lay them down on top, they are popping the bubbles underneath, but I don't think that's a big deal. I just realized that my skein of yarn is sitting right there. I don't know if I sprayed on it or copied on it or anything, but I'm going to wash it, so hopefully it'll be okay. We're going to let this sit just a minute before I lay it on top of that one, because there's still bubbles over there and there's still a lot of bubbles on here. Okay, we're just going to, let's put it this way, and that way if it gets some on that one, it's fine. One more. Okay. Very fun. All right, we're just going to drop that there. And I'm going to just pour this back in here. See how big a mess we can make. Off my jar. Okay, these straws I'm going to stick someplace so I can find them if I need them. Not there. Okay. Go ahead and clean this out. This rag's seen better days anyway. Okay. All right, let's well, we're obviously not going to be putting this book together today because we still got all these wet papers here. Yep, those are all good. Okay. Does the bubble thing work with paint? I can't remember if you tried that when you first did this or not. Um, I did try it with some, and it it didn't do as good a job. It's like the paint doesn't come up in the bubbles as good. It does it works, but it doesn't come up as good as the coffee. At least for me, it didn't. Now let me just. We've got time. It's not like we're going to be able to put this book together anyway, so we'll just play with some more. Let me find my bowl and some water. You don't have to have that much water, but I think it does do better. And I don't know how much soap you're supposed to put in. I may put in too much. I mean, you may not need that much, but what color paint do you want me to put in it? Now, I'm thinking that it might work better. Of course, this is not what you ask. What kind of paint? What kind of paint do you want me to use? Do you want me to just use craft paint? I would say this golden fluid acrylics would probably work better because they're liquidy already, but that might not be true. Just regular acrylic paint. Okay. Trying to find a color that I want to use. Let's use some of this teal. I don't know how much paint to put in it compared to, I did use I did use the instant coffee so I could get really thick coffee, dark coffee. All right, let's just try this. So it does work. And if I added more um, paint in there, it might work better. Yeah, it's just not really bright. It's like the color doesn't stay up in the bubbles as good as coffee does. So let's just set that one aside. I'm going to add a little bit more paint in it and see if that helps it. It is pretty, I agree. Oops, I dipped that right in the paint. Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't do the other side. Let's do both sides. Well, adding more paint did definitely help. And so that's probably what I did last time that, when it didn't work as well is because I didn't have as much paint. Well, I've got ink coming off my hands. Okay, we'll try to cover up some of that ink. It made a big mess. Oh, and I lost my papers. Mm. Um, Guess you can't overdo it, can't you? I got a big puddle there. Oh, I'm going to leave that. That's making really pretty, but I want to let it. Might have to play when you get home. I think you probably do. You probably do need to play when you get home. Seeing if okay, popping them wasn't a good plan because I lost some of the definition. So I'm not going to pop those. I'm going to leave them. We're all going to be blowing bubbles. Yeah. Well, it's fun. It's really fun to do. Um, did I do the other side of it? That one? Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I want to add something to this, and change the color of it. Um, because we still got a lot of bubbles here, and I don't, um, I mean, I guess I could just keep going with blue papers because they're pretty, but it might be fun to add something into it. Let's see. Let's add a little yellow. Ooh, not that piece. Okay. I don't know. It doesn't ruin the coffee because, like I said, I just poured it in that jar. We'll just make this greener. Okay, I got too many little bubbles on that one. I don't know how that's going to end up. It'll probably still be pretty, but I don't know if y'all are having to look at the top of my head while I do this or not. I hope not. I hope not. That's really pretty color. I'm really liking that. Now then, see this all these bubbles left over here? I'm just going to lay it right down there and they can transfer onto that blue paper and we'll have a combo. Oh, good. I'm glad. Thanks, Brittany. Oh. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it right down on top of that. And I'm only going to do the one side, and we'll see how much transfers onto the other side. It's amazing how messy this is. You really need to do it someplace where you can clean up. So it would be, yeah. I think it would be cool to do that. See if this one. Let's add some to this one. Ooh, that got too wet and dripped. It'll probably still look cool, but we will see. And I'm going to lay that right down on top, and it'll get some from the bottom one on it, maybe too. Wow. The paint seems to be a lot messier. Maybe I had more liquid. Maybe that's all it is. I don't know. But it feels like it's getting everywhere more than the coffee did. Mm. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Are you saying make this with the oxides, or are you saying add spray on top, Sherry? I understand, Brittany. You got more time than most of us do, but meaning we're all a lot older than you. But but there's still too much to do. We might not get everything done. That's why I have to do all the things. Okay. I guess I could wait till I'm finished, but it feels like it would really become a huge issue if I don't clean up in between. Add to the bubble water. It's a piece of paint. Okay. Teresa likes the coffee better. Well, it yeah, I like them all, but for some reason the coffee looks more like it's naturally occurring bubbles. I don't know how to explain that. Oh, okay. Well, if I'm gonna try this, and I will, I'm gonna need to go dump this outside. I have an old dead tree stump that I put stuff like this in, so I don't have to pour it down the sink, and it's not anywhere near grass or anything where it would, kill anything. So I'm gonna go dump this out, and then I'll come back and we'll try some of putting some of the oxide spray into the water and see if that works. Yeah, I like both. It kind of depends on the mood I'm in that day. Because some days I like all the natural things, and other days I don't. So it kind of depends on the day. Okay. Well, no, it's I just pour it down like the stump is about this big, but it has a hole in it about this big. So it just goes down in there, and it doesn't turn pretty. Like both, just the coffee better. Yeah. Now, if I was making a springtime journal or something, doing this with a bunch of colors might be fun. Okay, I'll be right back. Move those over there. Okay, that left quite a bit. Even though I tried to get rid of it all. Okay, this rag definitely is ready to go in the trash when we get through with this project. Okay. I'm not going to bake quite as much this time. I think maybe I need the bubbles to come up more. I'm just kind of dumping what I think's like about a tablespoon in there. It's definitely not an exact science. Okay. Let's do the rusty hinge. No, I'm going to do Forest Moss because it's my favorite one. And now I was going to say I've got Forest Moss Distress Oxide Reinker too. I wonder which would be better. This is more concentrated. Wouldn't have to use as much. I think I'll do this one. So let's see. Let's coffee with some copper would be. I did that. Now the copper didn't. It would like, keep sinking to the bottom, and so it was hard to get any of the copper on there. But I just added it in. I'm wondering if I add some of this because it's copper. Let's add some of this in with the green and see. That's not Distress Oxide, but it's metallic spray. Let's get this back over here a little bit. Now you can see some of the copper on this. I think it'll show it better when it dries. I don't know if y'all can see any of it. I can just see a little copper sheen on some of those bubbles. Okay. These aren't making the bubbles as distinct, and it may be, I'm not sure. This is very messy. Okay, I got one more of those kinds of pieces of paper, so we're going to go ahead and do one more. Okay. I guess we probably could have gotten messier today, but I'm not sure how it could have gotten much messier. Did you know there's a children's book called The Everything Book? I just found one at the thrift store. No, I did not, Kathy. Very cool. See, I thought I made that up. Well, there's nothing new under the sun. Isn't that what they say? You think you're first, but you're not. Well, thanks, Ann. I try to be a good sport. And I enjoy seeing how things turn out. So, but these aren't keeping quite the bubble thing as that the other ones did. It's still cool looking paper. Not gonna throw them away, but did you wrinkle your paper to get marble paper? When I did the marble paper, the marbled papers, yes, I wrinkled the paper, and what I did was dip them in coffee, and then just wad them up and set them down, and then I dripped whatever I was doing marbling on top of them. Um, but I did wrinkle it up into a wad, and then I let it dry in a wad before I spread it out. Um, I do have a video on that, Teresa, but you'd have to go hunt it down. I think it's in the DIY section playlist. I'm not positive, but anyway, yes. Okay, let's get our map pages back over here and look at them. And they're not dry enough to use, but we can look at them and see that we've grunged them up so they work better with all our other papers. Oh, I think that's really pretty. That's where I had the ink off my hand was coming on with the other. Anyway, they're not bright white anymore, and that was the main goal. Make them look kind of old and used. Now that one is the one we left splattered. That one's very grungy. That's the first one I did, I think. Okay. And let me wipe this down. And then these are the bubble papers. That one I didn't do the back. I'll add some on the back of it in just a second. Since we still got some more bubbles. Okay, this one had the green went on top of the blue, and you can't really see that they're both there in the camera. They look like they just melded together, but they are both there. I think of the blue ones, I like this one the best, and it was before I added more paint. But the coffee just works. It works better than anything I've tried. And then these are those last ones that we did. They're still really wet, so we don't know what they're really going to end up looking like. This one, well, I can see the copper on it. I don't guess y'all can, but And then there's this one. We're going to go ahead and we're going to bubbleize the back of this one. Okay. You got kind of runny, but we're just going to be happy with it and not worry about it. Hi, Jacqueline. I'm so glad you're here. I don't know, Brittany. I can't see I don't know the name of it. Let me click on it and see. Paper Coffee Dyed Plus. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. That's the one. Thank you, Brittany. Paper Coffee Dyed Plus. That's the first one I think I did. Um, I did one on fabric too that I did the same way. I'm pretty sure. Oh, look at my hands. Aren't those just beautiful? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, yeah. After I did it on the paper, that I liked that so much, I decided to try it on fabric. And I think it turned out pretty cool on the fabric too. I can't remember for sure. Um, I wonder if this would work on fabric. Have you seen anybody try the bubble trick with fabric? I haven't ever tried it. Let me find something that's plain. Okay. This isn't completely plain, but and I'm going to make it into smaller pieces because if we try to bubble this, oops. Okay, we'll just splash it instead. We'll just splash it instead. Um, Janet and Brittany, y'all did good. Thank you both. Got this, all these bits coming off. Okay, we'll see if this will work. Huh. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. It just gets wet. That's all. Um, okay, let's um, let's just do this. Oh, it's very soapy. I can feel the soap. That wasn't a good plan. So we won't do that to the rest of them. I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking, oh, we'll just dye it, the whole thing. But there's tons of soap in that. Well, I guess that's one way to get rid of it. Yeah, Janet made beautiful marbled papers. She did beautiful papers. Okay. Well, I'm going to save these two for when I need a rag. And I'm just gonna go ahead and soak this up with this because I was going to throw it away anyway. Brittany says, I'm going to try those tonight if I can find food coloring at Dollar Tree. Yeah. And you can use, you could use, inks, or there are a lot of things you could use to do that. Ugh, I got a soapy dish and goopy hands, but at least the dish is clean. Oh, I'm gonna I'm just gonna let these sit here and dry. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all my Happy Mail, which prompted making the book today. This is from Mina, and it'll be the first thing I put in my Happy Mail book. I mean, in my everything book when I get it ready. It says Easter blessings. God so loved the world so much that he gave his one and only son so that whoever believes in him may not be lost but have eternal life. John 3:16. And then she sent me a little bunny. Everyone needs a bunny, she says. So now I have a bunny. Isn't that cute? I love it. Yeah. Anything, the main thing is it needs to be something that you can drip onto it. So the paint would definitely need to be watered down, but yeah, you could do that. The thing that I've used that I like the most, if I can find them, yeah, here they are. Oh, and I used other things that I liked okay, but the things that I liked the most in those marbled papers are these color wash tint. And I shook them up because they have metallic in them. And then I just used a dropper and got some straight out of here and dripped it on there. So it needs to be pretty strong because it'll leak out into the paper, since the paper's wet. Um, anyway, but other things will work too. These are just the things I like the best. The color wash tint. Because of that metallic in there, that gives it an extra good. Extra good. Oh, Brittany's got to go home. And I need to, my back is really bothering me. So I'm going to have to go ahead and get off a little early today. And next Monday, we'll go ahead and work on making this book. Um, since my papers will be ready to go. Where did I put my cover? I want to stick those inside. So here's the cover that we made for my next everything book. And then here are it's the papers that go with it besides these and the map pages. I'll add all those things into it next week. Oh, that needs to go be there too. We might use that somehow. So whew. Thank you all for coming and playing with me. I had fun. I hope you're all inspired to go blow bubbles. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye bye.